you into $1 billion in debt. And he reiterated, again, this is attorney reiterated that this is no different from people who might have a Second Amendment defense if the same thing happens. What do you think the gun advocates would do if this bill were passed in liberal states? Saying the state cannot ban the use of firearms under what the court has said, but anybody can see a firearm bill. What do you do?
Oh, of course.
And so we're going to see that one disappear. But that will simply withdraw the way that Texas circumvented federal law. Circumvented law versus the way as it was written. And now we have the Mississippi. And that is going to decide. What I think is going to happen is Roe v. Wade is going to be enforced, or at least Roe v. Wade will be kept on the books. However, all of the restrictions that exist around the country also will be upheld. So it will be a de facto killing of Roe v. Wade. Because if you're given the right to abort under Roe, but you can't actually do it because of the restrictions, tell me that that doesn't overturn Roe. All right, the results in Virginia, the big fight today, and what it means for 2022 and beyond. This is important stuff. I've never seen a governor's race this important and this critical. And this is KFI AM 640. Let's check in with Jennifer John-Fleet.
Well, the father wants to send a strong message to college fraternities following the alcohol poisoning death of his 18-year-old son at UC Irvine. Del Domingo says it's disgusting that the frat brother who provided the alcohol to his son Noah Domingo in 2019 has asked the judge for leniency.
This is not about vengeance, it's not about revenge for us. This is about holding people accountable for what they did, for their actions.
Domingo says the most the guy can get is a misdemeanor and 9 months in jail. A judge denied the request for diversion yesterday, which would have meant no jail time, and eventually wiped away the charge. News is brought to you by Rooter Hero. The Chargers have agreed to build their new headquarters and training facility in El Segundo. The team relocated from San Diego in 2017 and has been using temporary facilities in Costa Mesa. The project is set to go before the El Segundo Planning Commission later this month, and the new 14-acre facility is expected to be completed in 2014. A jury's been chosen in Wisconsin for an 18-year-old accused of shooting and killing 2 people during a protest last year. Investigators say Kyle Rittenhouse traveled to Kenosha from his home in Illinois and joined a group armed with guns. His lawyers claim he went to the city to protect businesses from looting, and he shot people in self-defense. Opening statements in the trial start today. Yahoo says it's pulling out of China. The tech company says it's because of an increasing challenging business and legal environment there. And there are places to put your Halloween candy other than your butt and your gut.
Candy is available all year round, of course, even candied corn. So rather than eating it all because there's so much around the house right now, you can donate the extra sweet treats. NBC Today Show named 5 organizations accepting candy donations. Treats for Troops, Operation Gratitude, Operation Shoebox, all accept unopened candy donations for troops overseas. Halloween candy buyback ships to troops as well, but you donate the candy at dentist offices and get healthy stuff back like a toothbrush. If you want to get your spare candy to the kids who couldn't get out to trick-or-treat, Ronald McDonald Charities is where you drop your sugar haul. Michael Crozier, KFI News.
And a smarter-than-your-average bear broke into a home in Sierra Madre to get its paws on a bucket of KFC chicken. The homeowner says his front door was wide open when he got home Saturday night. He went inside and there was a bear sitting on his kitchen counter with his head inside the bucket of chicken. The guy made loud noises and scared the hungry bear and 2 other bears away. Those 2 were just Jeff Bobby, got some good news for the 5?
Yes, I'm just laughing at that joke. Can't you see the bear go, leave me alone, I'm eating something.
I'm not done yet.
That's right. Yes, we have some good news for the north on I-50. Approaching the 60 freeway, there was a problem. It's all gone. You'll be a little slow there, but that's okay, going towards Ontario and Fontana. Most of the problems, believe it or not, around downtown Los Angeles, North 110 is really a crawl this morning from the 105 most of the way up. Even had a problem on the Corporal Lane that caused all that. And a problem north of the 4 level, North 101, caused a lot of slowing on the 110 itself. The West 91, a little bit of good news now. It's real slow from north from Carmenita, but kind of a long-time problem at Cherry before you get to the 710. We had a couple lanes blocked there. Ortiz Boulevard getting a little busy, but I think it's still better than the freeway. Kfi in the sky. Helps you get there faster. I'm Jeff Paul.
The Houston Astros face another must-win World Series game against the Atlanta Braves, who lead 3-2. First pitch for Game 6 in Houston, set for 5:09 p.m. Pacific Time. Max Fried will start for Atlanta. Houston will put Luis Garcia on the mound. The Anaheim Ducks are coming off a win against the Montreal Canadiens, leading into tonight's home matchup against the New Jersey Devils at 7. The Kings are off. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports. If you own a business and manage to keep 5 or more people on the payroll, there's a new government program that will pay you tens of thousands of dollars per employee. And this isn't a loan, this is a grant. Now, the challenge is getting your hands on this money, because it is a federal bureaucracy, and this ain't easy to do. So here comes InnovationRefunds.com, cutting through the red tape, getting you that money. Their tax attorneys and CPAs are experts at helping businesses like yours, like mine, get my share of these government incentives and relief funds. And they do all the legwork and don't charge dime one until you receive the money, and then they share a percentage of the money they get for you. They got my business a 6-figure refund on one of these programs. And their average client under this program gets $250,000. That's impressive stuff. Go to InnovationRefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button, answer a few questions. InnovationRefunds.com, InnovationRefunds.com.
SoCal weather from KFI. It's a partly cloudy day ahead. Temperatures will just be in the mid-60s at the beaches. Low to mid-70s for Orange County and Metro LA. Mid to upper 70s for the valleys and the Inland Empire. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Hi. We're Hope. We Dr. Gerald Pearlstein. He's a thoracic surgeon at the Hope Family Cancer Institute who loves the outdoors and hiking. He's also a leader in robotic-assisted surgery. He trains other surgeons nationwide. Dr. Pearlstein would love to get to know you and is ready to make a positive difference in your family's life. Get to know her. Visit healthhealth.org and find your physician today.
Here for my friends at Cuddly. Each year, 6.5 million animals enter rescue centers looking for a second chance at life. The community on Cuddly helps these underdogs win. Cuddly champions animal rescue and makes it easy for you to donate essential items like food, toys, medication, and even surgery to the animal rescue. Log on to Cuddly.com and learn how you can save a furry friend today.
Hey, Conway here. Know why I got a whole house water filtration system from Puritan Water? Because I don't want to wonder if my family's tap water is safe. You never know how clean this water is in California, right? No more wasting money on bottled water, no plastic bottles to recycle, and no more visits to the chiropractor's office because you're lifting 5-gallon bottles of water or 40 pounds of salt. Plus, no calcium buildup on faucets or shower heads, and that alone is worth it. Plus, Puritan extends the life of your water heater. Get going with this clean water. Here's the best part. Puritan Water offers free lifetime service. No one else can make that claim. And the system takes up a little tiny amount of space. So let's get Puritan, California's preferred whole house water filtration system. And for a limited time, when you buy a whole house system, you get the 6-stage alkaline drink system for free. Just call toll-free 844-80-WATER. 844-80-WATER. That's P-U-R, again, water.com. Spelled wrong, but the water's right. 844-80-WATER. American Vision Windows, SoCal's choice for energy-efficient windows and doors. AmericanVisionWindows.com.
KFI AM reporting. Local.
And I'm our radio station.
And good morning, Bill Handel here. It is a Tuesday morning, November 2, and we're awaiting the CDC advisors. We're voting on giving the vaccine, COVID vaccine, to kids ages 5 to 11. And then a story I did earlier this morning at 7 o'clock, the Biden administration launching its massive new plan to reduce methane emissions. by making oil and gas producers retrofit their gas wells, and it goes all the way back. That one, you retrofit to reduce methane emissions. There's an election going on right now in Virginia. An election for governor between Terry McAuliffe, who's a Democrat, former governor, and Glenn Youngkin, who is a Republican. And this is important stuff for a bunch of reasons. And primarily because we're talking which way the Republican Party is going to go, which way the country is going to go, because this is a bellwether of things to come in the 2022 election and maybe the 2024 election. And so what is going on? Well, first of all, you can't ignore the influence of President Trump, who has come in hard on Glenn Youngkin. He's obviously come out in favor of Youngkin. He has not yet made an appearance. He didn't make an appearance. Where you have Biden doing so, you have Kamala Harris doing so, and a whole panoply of Democratic bigwigs. And what this has to do with is what's going to happen primarily to the Republican Party. Now, that's what the politicos are saying. I'm thinking, since this is head and head, they're head to head, and literally one of these candidates may win by 300 votes. I mean, it can be that close. This can be like Georgia in the presidential, where I think it's 11,000 votes. And that's a big deal. There have been elections that have gone by way of just a few votes. George Bush versus Al Gore. Remember with the Chads, and it went all the way to the Supreme Court. And we're talking about, what, 500-600 votes that determined who the president of the United States was? With 130 million or 140 million votes cast. So this is, to a smaller degree, they're neck and neck, and neck to neck. I always get confused with that. And we'll see what happens. So now, a couple things are going to happen. If it turns out that McAuliffe, the Democrat, wins, I think what you're going to see is the argument that Donald Trump is not as influential. And by the way, even Glenn Youngkin is not saying, I am a pro-Trump guy. He is separating as much as possible, even with it, he won't attack Trump. And by implication, non-attack, he accepts all of the support that Trump can give him, but he's not standing up and going, I'm a Trumpist. I love President Trump. Crowds saying Trump 2024 in front of him with flags, and him going, giving the fist bump. Yes, we want Trump for 2024. None of that is happening. He is not aligning himself with President Trump. So that goes to show you what mainstream, and he is so mainstream. He's not a crackpot. He's not Jordan, for example. He is not other members exactly who are fanatics pro Trump. And so you'll see that, and even with a loss by Youngkin, you're still going to see the Republicans looking at the party and whether Donald Trump is still going to be not just a nominal head, but the actual de facto head. Whatever Donald Trump says to the Republican Party does. That's what's going on right now. However, is that going to happen after this race? And it's going to happen actually to be 2022, and that is that question is answered. And the other thing that I am fearful of, and that is if McAuliffe wins by just a few points, by a few votes, immediately you'll see segments of the Republican Party saying this was rigged. This election was stolen. Because of the irregularities of the vote. And then the argument is, I was talking to Wayne about this morning, but how about the fact that a lot of these states have incorporated the new Republican regulations, the restrictions, if you will, which some of them I'm in favor of. I want to make that clear. I have no problem with ID and a few other issues that are put in place by the Republican legislation. But the Republic's going to say that it was stolen. And then the argument, but wait a minute, you're the ones that set up the restrictions, and you're the ones that said we finally have a machinery of voting that is safe, if we put in all of these additional restrictions. Well, what is the argument there? Somehow the Democrats were able to game the system. We don't know how, and we'll figure it out. It's like the Arizona vote. Vote after vote, count after count after count. Well, let's bring in a company that's never counted votes before, that has never been in the political arena, and they're going to do an audit after 2 audits were done by the state. And what happened? Their own audit showed that Biden won. Oops. By the way, did you notice the argument that Arizona went to Biden and it's all is stolen? And the votes were stolen and somehow the cheating took place? That disappeared right after that last paid-for private audit was conducted. So we'll see what happens. Tomorrow, I guess we're going to talk about who won the race. It's way too close to call. And it is important, I think it is, a bellwether of things to come. It's an important race. Gerrymandering is happening in 2020. The states are saying, whoa, wait a minute. Well, first of all, I'm going to explain what it is. And then we're going to talk about what they're going to do about it, because this is a real winner. And then later on, Tuesday at 8 o'clock with Rich DeMuro. This is KFI AM 640. Let's check in with Jennifer Jones, please.
Tesla's issued a recall that automatically sent a software update fixing a safety problem in its electric vehicles. The recall announced today covers nearly 12,000 Teslas with a glitch in the full self-driving software that can make the car stop for no reason. Chris Pratt has picked up another starring role. The actor will voice Garfield in a new animated movie based on the comic strip Cap. And hotels have come up with some very quirky concierge. There's a hotel in Mexico that has an Instagram concierge. That guy will help you, or lady, will help you get your selfie game on. And there's a hotel in Portland that is creating a concierge of weird. So if you're looking to uncover the under-the-radar quirky attractions there, that's who you are. We'll take a look at why it's slow on the 210, the DKFI in the sky next.
If you thought you missed the lowest mortgage rates in history, you're in luck, because they're back. Mortgage rates are near historic lows again. So if you have a mortgage, refinance it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Network Capital Funding is offering a low 15-year fixed rate at 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Incredible! Network Capital has built a reputation for saving people time and money with our unique process that's fast, simple, and secure. Our 15-year fixed rate is 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Now, second chances don't come often, and you may never see these rates again. So, refinance it and forget it. That's a 15-year fix at 1.75%. Yes, 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Call the experts at Network Capital now. Call 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1-HIT. As in home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448. Not licensed in all states. Visit NLSConsumerAccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation and the Financing Law. Number 602-777. An equal opportunity lender. Link subject to change and may not be available rate law. This network may apply. Subject to approval. Call 800-500-1448.
You're online. You're hurt. And whatever you were searching for at 1:15 a.m., it's really none of our business. And it shouldn't be anyone else's. So take your time online for free. Just.show. Just.show. Privacy. Simplified.
SoCal weather from KFI. Looks like it's going to be a partly cloudy day ahead. Temperatures will just be in the mid-60s at the beaches to the upper 70s inland. This report is brought to you by Just.show. Jeff Goss and a go on the 210.
Well, it's slow going, that's for sure. You know, sometimes I'll be the first to admit we kind of have a little fun with debris and stuff. We shouldn't because it's curious all the time. And here's a bad example. West on 210 at Lake, I mean, the Pasadena. There's metal pipes on the roadway and they started bouncing around. Some people hit them, and believe it or not, it went right through the window of a truck. Pasadena Fire Department was there helping everybody out. They got into a very difficult job. They actually started all the way back at San Dimas, coming off the 57, going over the 645. It's all just getting slower and slower. Eastbound, pretty good. Now, San Fernando Valley, the weather is impacting these guys. I was joking with Jennifer earlier, so even the birds are walking. The South 405 is really difficult for Moscow, and the East and West 401 now, between Topanga and the 405, slow going on both sides. Be careful. Clarifying the Skyactiv to get there faster. I'm Jeff Starr.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Connect has small business covered with shipping supplies and UPS services. Now buy 2, get 1 free on select shipping supplies, plus get 25% off UPS Express shipping services. In store only ends 1/1/22. Visit staplesconnect.com/shipping for details. Staples Connect.
Spectrum Mobile is reinventing wireless again. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month per line. No contracts, no added taxes or fees. Includes nationwide 5G. Save up to 60% with Spectrum Mobile. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month. Call 855-438-2999 or visit a store near you.
Offer valid for new customers on 2+ unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Savings based on 2 lines comparison of unlimited plans among major national carriers as of 9/2021. Prepaid excluded. Restrictions apply.
If you think your dishwasher is only good for cleaning, or that your washer dryers just for laundry, think again. Those appliances can also reduce your impact on climate change if you make sure not to run them between peak hours of 4 to 9 p.m. Because outside those times, there's more renewable energy for them to use. SCE Time of Use Rates, an easy way to make a change for the better. Visit SCE.com/TOU rates for more information.
San Manuel Casino is changing its name and changing the game. San Manuel Casino is now Yamaha Resort and Casino at San Manuel. With 2 new casino floors, now with over 6,500 slots, the most in the West. A new high-limit room for 5 elevated gaming experiences, new luxury retail shops, restaurants and bars, and even more thrills to come. Experience a level of thrill that California has never seen before. San Manuel Casino is now Yamaha Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Details at Yamaha.com. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
Checking things off of your DMV to-do list is now a lot faster because now the DMV has made it even easier to take care of tasks online. It all starts there. Maybe you need to get your vehicle registration renewed or transfer a title. You can get it all done online from the comfort of your couch. So if you have DMV tasks, save yourself some time and get them done online. dmv.ca.gov. Ready when you are.
Looking for a good investment? Want to reduce uncertainty, financial risk, and hedge inflation? Here are 8 reasons to consider NRIA's Prime Real Estate Development Fund. Steady monthly cash flow payouts with double-digit targeted returns. Solid, affordable, high-demand home and apartment assets backed. New construction built where housing is badly needed and demand booming. Substantial properties already built and selling right now supporting them. Short and long-term strategies with steady cash flow and appreciation anticipated. An industry leader with a 15-year track record of 3 million square feet built and a pipeline of $1.7 billion of new property in progress. Hedge against inflation and receive steady cash flow. Start your due diligence at nria.net or call 800-800-1414. That's 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
It's easy to take life for granted, but a serious accident that injures you can really change the trajectory of your life. And it happens in an instant. Sweet James accident attorneys know firsthand how unjust and unfair the legal system is to victims of accidents. And that's why their army of winning and passionate attorneys fight for thousands of injured accident victims every day to ensure that they get the medical treatment they need, get help with their costs, and settle the most amount of money possible. You don't want to take it on alone. In fact, an independent study revealed that the average person got over 3 times the money with the right attorney than without. Insurance companies say they're on your side, but they're not. If you're ever hurt in an accident, call Sweet James at 800-500-5200, 800-500-5200, or sweetjames.com. Hey, it's Pete. If you think you need a toolbox, consider this. Toolboxes were designed to transport tools from one job site to another. At home, most folks do better with a tool bucket. A bucket costs like $4. Bucket organizers cost about $15, and there's no lid to get in the way. You can put all your project stuff right down inside.
Taking charge, the House Whisperer.
KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
Kfi Am 640. Bill Handel here. It is a Tuesday morning, November 2nd. Some of the biggest stories that we are covering of the election. There's been a settlement on it in Virginia. We'll see the election for governor and what a bellwether this is for 2022 and 2024. And we're looking at the CDC advisors voting any day now, even today, getting COVID-19 vaccine to kids ages 5 to 11. So that's right on the cusp. Every 10 years, the U.S. Census counts the number of people living in the United States, not the number of citizens. And that number, and not excluding the number of folks that are here illegally, it counts everybody in the United States. And every 10 years, state legislators redistrict, draw the lines, the congressional lines, based on the census. And when you have areas that lose populations, that congressional district is depending on which party, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, the power of the elected officials in that district diminishes or increases. And when you talk about gerrymandering, the congressional lines, you've seen those. Man, those go all over the place. Include pockets of Republicans and Democrats that are right next to other political centers, and so circles are being drawn around it, and I mean it just gets crazy. So let's talk a little bit about the census. The census counts Americans at their usual residence. You've got 2 million people in prison in the United States. And their usual residence that the census did use is the address of the prison. And before 2000, the number of people behind bars was small enough that it made no difference on redistricting. But in the last decade, we have growing prison populations, disproportionately people of color, increasingly affecting, undermining the fairness, that's the argument, of state and local redistricting and elections. And here's what happens. If you count incarcerated residents, people in prison, at the site of the prison, that puts large swaths of people in districts. And by the way, they can't vote. Keep that in mind. And if you have enough prisons, if you have enough people in that prison and they're outlying areas, that is a huge influence for that area. And keep in mind that a lot of these folks, primarily the African Americans, live in the inner city. Part of one district, yet they're counted at the prison facility out in, Forfan land. The Palmdale facility, for example. You've got, I don't even want to go through the prison list because for the most part it's not in urban areas because land is too expensive. So according to Prison Policy Initiative, this is a nonpartisan organization, Washington, Virginia, New Jersey, Nevada, Illinois, Connecticut, Colorado, and California have already passed legislation that puts prisoners in their home districts where they used to live and not the location of their prison. Now, keep in mind, I mean, that seems a little wonky, so what? Man, does that make a difference? Because look at what you have. You have, let's say, a white population in prison that is probably very conservative, very pro-Trump, and they are counted in prison, which means all of a sudden that district has a lot more white people. Granted, they're unable to vote, versus African Americans that come from a predominantly inner city location. And if they're added to that, it increases the political power of that congressional district. Now, in terms of big picture Congress, it doesn't do a whole lot. But when it comes to local elections, when it comes to county elections, my God, there's one county, and I forgot the name of it, where 46% of the residents being in prison
and the prison is their residency. 46% are in prison versus the general population, because there are districts out there with 40,000 people or 20,000 people or even 10,000 people, and you've got, these prisons actually have several thousand people in them. So it's a huge influence. And also keep in mind that most of the states are run by Republicans, and they have the power to redistrict for their benefit, as would the Democrats if they ran state legislatures. And what happens with the census is literally 10 years is locked in. That's no small deal. And so there is a move to, and either way, it's an advantage to either the Democrats or the Republicans. If you move, for example, the African Americans, and keep in mind that the overwhelming number of prisoners disproportionately are African Americans, they become part of their residence where they used to live, and now they become part of the residence where the prison is, which changes the political map completely. So just wanted to share that with you. It's just another sidebar story to this election that's coming up, because we're going to do politics for a little bit of time, especially with what's going on in Virginia and in New Jersey, and what the Supreme Court is doing with the Texas abortion law and Mississippi abortion law. So we've got plenty to cover. In the meantime, coming up is Tech Tuesday with Rich DeMuro. Rich on Tech.tv. Hang on. It's always fun. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Talk without the tilt.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Hoping for fewer glitches. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. American Airlines says it's working on getting back to normal operations following a weekend of canceled and delayed flights. The airline has blamed the more than 2,200 canceled flights on weather at its hub in Texas and staffing shortages, but it says nearly 2,000 flight attendants who have been on leave are set to return to get the flights back on track. Hundreds of flights out of LAX have either been canceled or delayed since Friday. News is brought to you by Applied General Agency. A judge says the man charged with providing the alcohol that killed a freshman at UC Irvine abdicated his responsibility as a frat big brother.
The judge denied a request for diversion, which would have wiped charges for the 2019 death of Noah Domingo clean off of Xavier Brown's record.
You know, my son's serving his sentence. He's no longer here. It's just horrible and disgusting how somebody doesn't want to take responsibility for what they did.
Dale Domingo says the person damaging property can get more than the 9 months Brown is facing.
If it's over $1,000, that's a felony. My son's dead because these kids provided alcohol to a minor, and it's only a misdemeanor.
Lawyers for Brown have not responded for comment. In Orange County, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
Southern California says more than 1 million people are eligible for comprehensive health insurance with 0 monthly premiums.
The nation's largest state-run health insurance marketplace says even people making more than $100,000 could be eligible for expanded discounts because of the American Rescue Plan. Covered California Executive Director Peter Lee says about 260,000 people who pay for insurance directly could save too.
Switch to Covered California and likely get the same plan, same doctors, same everything, but save thousands of dollars off what they're paying.
He says if everyone chose the cheapest plan, more than 70% of consumers would pay less than $10 per month. Open enrollment started yesterday and lasted January. Corbin Carson, KFI News.
White House officials are dismissing new concern about Senator Joe Manchin possibly blocking President Biden's spending bills. ABC's Karen Travers says House Democrats are ready to vote on both bills this week.
Manchin yesterday said that the president's overall social spending plan is a recipe for economic disaster, and that's happening as the president is here in Scotland touting the climate investments in that plan.
White House officials say they feel confident Manchin will get on board. President Biden wrapped up his 2-day appearance at the UN Climate Summit in Glasgow. He announced the international effort to protect forests with the help of private investment.
Forests have the potential to reduce carbon globally by more than 1/3.
Mayor Garcetti says a global effort by cities to fight climate change could make a big difference.
Mayor Garcetti says more than 1,000 cities and local governments around the world have pledged to reduce their emissions down to net zero by 2050 and cut their global emissions in half by 2030.
The UN says that our collective action has the potential to reduce global emissions by at least 1.4 gigatons by 2030 annually.
That's like taking a country bigger than the fifth country and cutting out our emissions altogether.
The mayor made the announcement at a UN climate change conference in Scotland yesterday. Garcetti is the chair of a global group of mayors who are all working to fight climate change. Blake Trolley, KFI News.
And arguments have been presented to the U.S. Supreme Court to challenge the restrictive abortion law in Texas. Justice Brett Kavanaugh says the state law is structured in a questionable way.
There's a loophole that's been exploited here or used here, which is the private suits are enforced by state court clerks or judges.
The abortion law bans nearly all abortions in the state around 6 weeks for when a fetal heartbeat is detected. It's set in effect in September. We've got a problem on the 60.
Oh, man.
What do you plan to do in the morning?
Try to do my cycling.
Cycling.
Why do you have to appointments?
Treat yourself to a test drive in the 2011 BMW 128i. Flawless performance and agility define the 128i coupe. Fast and nimble, this modern two-door delivers exhilarating power, grace, and style.
A sophisticated 3-liter, 6-cylinder engine is fitted beneath the 128i's hood, yielding 230 horsepower and 200 foot-pounds of torque. Either a Steptronic automatic transmission or 6-speed manual backs the engine. Fast and fuel efficient, the 128i yields an impressive 28 miles per gallon.
BMW perfected each and every component on the exterior surface. Alloy wheels sit inside the fenders, yielding an attractive, well-proportioned stance.
Sport-oriented sophistication characterizes the lavish cockpit of this car. BMW prioritized fit and finish as evidenced by 8-way adjustable front seats with 2-way headrests, rain-sensing wipers, and much more.
The entertainment system includes an iPod and USB adapter, as well as an optional Harman Kardon sound system featuring a powerful 300-watt amplifier and 10 speakers.
The 2011 BMW 128i. An affordable compact, seating as many as 4 occupants with ease.
Santia 14.